Father of the American unwhitened newspapers. Democrat. Started life in a humble manner, only controlling a few newspapers. He soon purchased others. His magical touch changed their color. Employed the greatest staff of imaginary geniuses ever gathered together. These men had the ability to write unhampered by mere details or facts. H. also employed many good lawyers, and used them frequently. Fortified by his constituents, to wit, the aforesaid geniuses and newspapers, H. entered politics as a candidate for anything. Was always Bryant and Roosevelted. Ambition, same as Bryan. Recreation, reading yellow journals. Address, all large American cities. Epitaph, the vote is mightier than the pen.
Hyde, Mr. See Dr. Jekyll.
I. Ibycus, a Grecian poet who improved poetry by permitting words to rhyme at the ends of the lines.
Icarus, father of aviation. Record holder for the first tumble. Selected water as the spot for his fall, and was not picked up with the debris. Ambition, a right machine. Recreation, tuning up. Address, Greece. Clubs, Arrow.
Ekaterinogrask, of Russia. Little is known of his life except that he built a celebrated fort to protect the poor Cossacks from the molestations of the populace. Was probably blown up or died in prison.
Ingersoll, the first man to bring the price of turnips to within the reach of authors and artists. Historians claim he would have made another fortune had he lived when the Sundial Trust had its own way.
Ingersoll, Robert G. One of those contented souls who did not believe in anything, and made a fortune by telling people what he believed.
Innocent, 13 popes. Address, Rome.
Irving, Washington, a pleasing American writer who visited Westminster Abbey, made Rip Van Winkle wake up, and wrote a few biographies.
Isaac, last name unknown, son of Abraham and Sarah. Spent his childhood like all little Isaacs, and later married Rebekah, claimed by historians to have been a Jewess. Had two famous sons, Esau and Jake, see both, but especially the latter. Died at the tender age of 180 years. Editor's note. The editor apologizes for a seeming familiarity. He did his best to ascertain the lady's last name, but failed.
Isabella, a Spanish queen who vowed she would not change her clothes until the Moors were driven from the country. Her husband, the king, raised an army and accomplished the feat. Isabella's name is sometimes connected with the discovery of America. This, however, is an error, as Columbus took a more active part.
Isaiah, a prophet who wore second-hand clothing.
Ishmael, son of Abraham, whose appearance complicated his father's estate. Traveled extensively in the desert with his mother.
End of section 6. H and I.